How are things going? I'm inside today. I can't wait to tell you why I'm not outside. I went on a trip. I intended to video it outside, and I had some fun adventures that caught me, like kept me focused on something other than doing this video. So here we are inside while it rains, and I'm so glad you're here. But it's the holiday season. I'm working really hard to help you have some sort of holiday relationship survival guide, because this is when relationships sometimes, like, all during the year, we can kind of avoid being together sometimes, together for a long periods of time with people that really rub us, and sometimes those people are often related to us. So we can have a better holiday if we can figure out how to manage our mind about our relationships. Last week, I talked a little bit about what the secret of relationships is, and it's that we don't need the other person to decide what our relationship is going to be like. And today, I want to give you the actual process that I've learned in the life coach school of how to actually change the relationship. Like, I'm going to give you steps. So follow along, do them in your time, and then you can see what a change you can make in how you feel in relation to someone else and your thoughts and the things that come in between that. So just to review, a relationship is based on our thoughts and our expectations of how others should act. And both of those things are totally in our control. We can change our thoughts about the person. We can change our thoughts about the things that they do. We can change our expectations for that person and still have standards. They're not mutually exclusive. So a lot of times we think that we have to be angry or intolerant or judgmental or all of these things in order to put some distance between things that we think aren't healthy for us and us. But we can still have really strong standards and expectations of how we will take care of ourselves without burdening ourselves with judgment or blame about how the other person is acting. What they said, that one thing they always say, and we can do it without judging ourselves. For instance, I don't like a lot of things that have fish in them. Fish ice cream, I would hate. Absolutely can't stand, if there is such a thing. But I also don't like it when I can't tell the truth to someone without them just losing their crap. I want to be able to have a relationship that I can be honest and they can be honest back, and without sweeping anything under the rug. And I really like chocolate ice cream. That's just who I am. It doesn't mean that I'm a good person or a bad person. It just means that's my preference, and that's totally okay. See, I take the judgment out of it. The brain wants to judge us. If there's someone that we don't really like or something they do that irritates us, the brain wants to make it mean something about us, that we're of a variety of we should be better, or about them, they should be better, or both. So let's just take them all off the table and say people have preferences, and it's just hard, it's just part of being human. Okay, you ready for the process? Here it is. Number one, judge the person. Just judge them. Write down on a piece of paper all the mean things, in quotation marks, all the mean things that you think about them. Let's just see what's there. We don't have to make them mean anything about us or about them. Let's just see our judgments. Number two, write up your manual. This is your playbook. This is your list of rules of how people are supposed to act. So something that helps us when we do this is we get to actually see what are our expectations for people. That's it. That we get to see our thoughts when we judge them. We get to see our expectations when we look at our manual and see exactly what's causing this feeling inside that makes us feel so irritated or frustrated or whatever. Okay, number three, start to think about, journal about what would it mean to allow them to be who they are. What would it mean about them? What would it mean about you? These are also thoughts that are optional and you can change them. But try to imagine, what would that look like? What could it look like in a day if I'm totally okay with who they are and I let them be them? Number four, what if I could love them without condition? That means they don't have to do a single thing or stop doing a single thing for me to feel completely loving toward them. Okay, a lot of times what comes up here is they're like, so you mean that I need to just go ahead and put up with all kinds of things? Nope, that's not it. What I'm saying is, what if you could have a good feeling inside, whether you're around them, not around them, both of them? This is a skill. A lot of times we think people just come with this, that there are some people who just love, and if I wasn't born that way, then I can't have that. But the truth is, some people think a little bit differently that makes it easier for them to love more unconditionally. But we can hone that skill in ourselves. We can build it and create that in our lives. It just may take us more work than someone else. And then number 5, what kind of person do I want to show up as? We stay really focused on how they should change. But what if we take all that energy that we've been putting into something we literally can't control and put it into changing us? How do I want to show up when someone is yelling or frustrated, or I feel like I'm being attacked? I've got these thoughts like they're attacking me. What do I want to show up as? Personally, I want to be someone who shows up calmly with love, that I get to go ahead and feel peaceful and centered no matter what someone else's opinion is, which is probably what's going to be coming out of their mouth. And maybe they love fish ice cream. It's totally fine. I don't have to like fish ice cream just because they do. And if they do, it doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. Do you get it? People have preferences. How do I want to show up when someone else has a different preference? And number 6, you can write a letter that just kind of finalizes it. If it's the letter of, I've been meaning to tell you, that's what I want you to title it. I've been meaning to tell you. Sometimes it's all the things that we recognize are really good about that person. Sometimes we may just need to crumple the page up when we're done, get it out of our system, say it out loud, and then burn it. Let it go. But what it is it's bringing you back to your power. The benefit is you get to have a peaceful and accepting relationship with someone else, even if they're not on board, even if they change nothing, and then you just get to feel better. But the interesting side effect that we come across is that often when we change our attitude towards someone else, it changes the way they interact with us as well. But if we don't expect it, if we're just loving them unconditionally, we get to just be surprised by it. But something that my mom taught me that I think is just an amazing thought is when she looks at someone, she thinks in her mind, I love and accept you. Including when she looks at herself in the mirror, she says, I love and accept you. So for me, this would look like, I love and accept you, Jen. So I hope this process helps you improve a relationship, whether it's with someone that you see often or someone that is gone or whatever it is.